There's no way out of this canyon, and we have phasers locked on every one of you.
It appears you have a decisive advantage.
To fight a battle under these circumstances would serve no purpose. I'm prepared to offer terms. Hear me out. I know you need more Tetracell White. My doctor can sedate your men and keep them alive until we're rescued. After that, we can put you in medical stasis until we secure a new supply.
The Vorta did not give me the option to surrender.
Keeban's betrayed you. He gave us your entire plan of attack last night.
It was obvious that approaching your position from this canyon was a deliberate tactical error on his part.
You knew?
I suspected. Despite what Keeban may think, the Jem'Hadar are often one step ahead of the Vorta.
You can still stay one step ahead. Surrender.
I have my orders.
Keeban doesn't deserve the unwavering loyalty you're giving him.
He does not have to earn my loyalty, Captain. He has had it from the moment I was conceived. I am a Jem'Hadar. He is a Vorta. It is the order of things.
Do you really want to give up your life for the order of things?
It is not my life to give up, Captain. And it never was.
What did he say?
All the wrong things?
Hello everybody and welcome to the Wednesday Show. I'm Hammer, and I'm usually joined by two of my favorite Wednesday Show hosts, Jen T. Maxey in Canada and Terry Diamantis down under. You can find us on Rumble every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we bring in YouTube at 9 p.m. to simulcast on YouTube as well. Hope you have time to stop by.
There he is.
Damar's a creature of habit, all right. After a hard day at work, he deserves his glass of Kanar. Why are the Jem'Hadar always in here, he asks himself. They don't drink, they don't eat, they don't gamble, all they do is take up space. Damar asks his bartender if he found a pad he was working on the other day.
My brother tells the truth. He hasn't seen it.
Damar doesn't like that. The pad contained a draft copy of a secret memorandum he was working on concerning the shortage of white. In it, he speculates that without the drug, the Jem'Hadar will run amok, killing everyone and everything in their path. Damar recommends that if the Cardassians can't bring down the minefield and reopen the supply line from the Gamma Quadrant, they should poison the last ration of white, eliminating the Jem'Hadar before it's too late. How did you get a hold of Damar's pad anyway?
I'm good with my hands. Here we go. They've seen him.
The missing pad. Damar accuses them of stealing it.
They say they found it outside their quarters, right where I left it.
I knew this was gonna work. The Cardassians and the Jem'Hadar can pretend to be allies, but they hate each other.
Get out of my way!
That was my first moment of real doubt. When I started to wonder, this whole thing was a mistake. So then I went back to my office. And there was a new casualty list waiting for me. People are dying out there every day. Entire worlds are struggling for their freedom. And here I am, still worrying about the finer points of morality. No, I had to keep my eye on the ball, winning the war, stopping the bloodshed. Those were the priorities. So I pushed on, and every time another doubt appeared before me, I just found another way to shove it aside. There's no way out of this canyon, and we have phasers locked on every one of you.
It appears you have a decisive advantage.
To fight a battle under these circumstances would serve no purpose. I'm prepared to offer terms. Hear me out. I know you need more Tetracell White. My doctor can sedate your men and keep them alive until we're rescued. After that, we can put you in medical stasis until we secure a new supply.
The Vorta did not give me the option to surrender.
Keevan's betrayed you. He gave us your entire plan of attack last night.
It was obvious that approaching your position from this canyon was a deliberate tactical error on his part.
You knew?
I suspected. Despite what Keevan may think, the Jem'Hadar are often one step ahead of the Vorta.
You can still stay one step ahead. Surrender.
I have my orders.
Keevan doesn't deserve the unwavering loyalty you're giving him.
He does not have to earn my loyalty, Captain. He has had it from the moment I was conceived. I am a Jem'Hadar. He is a Vorta. It is the order of things.
Do you really want to give up your life for the order of things?
It is not my life to give up, Captain. And it never was.
What did he say?
All the wrong things?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday show. I'm Hammer, and I'm usually joined by two of my favorite Wednesday show hosts, Jen T. Maxey in Canada and Terry Diamantis down under. You can find us on Rumble every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we bring in YouTube at 9 p.m. to simulcast on YouTube as well. Hope you have time to stop by.
There he is.
Damar's a creature of habit, all right. After a hard day at work, he deserves his glass of Kanar. Why are the THUR always in here, he asks himself. They don't drink, they don't eat, they don't gamble, all they do is take up space. Damar asks his bartender if he found a pad he was working on the other day.
My brother tells the truth. He hasn't seen it.
Damar doesn't like that. The pad contained a draft copy of a secret memorandum he was working on concerning the shortage of white. In it, he speculates that without the drug, the THUR will run amok, killing everyone and everything in their path. Damar recommends that if the Cardassians can't bring down the minefield and reopen the supply line from the Gamma Quadrant, they should poison the last ration of white, eliminating the THUR before it's too late. How did you get a hold of Damar's pad anyway?
I'm good with my hands. Here we go. They've seen him.
The missing pad. Damar accuses them of stealing it.
They say they found it outside their quarters, right where I left it.
I knew this was gonna work. The Cardassians and the THUR can pretend to be allies, but they hate each other.
Get out of my way!
That was my first moment of real doubt. When I started to wonder, this whole thing was a mistake. So then I went back to my office. And there was a new casualty list waiting for me. People are dying out there every day. Entire worlds are struggling for their freedom. And here I am, still worrying about the finer points of morality. No, I had to keep my eye on the ball, winning the war, stopping the bloodshed. Those were the priorities.
So I pushed on, and every time another doubt appeared before me, I just found another way to shove it aside.
There's no way out of this canyon, and we have phasers locked on every one of you.
It appears you have a decisive advantage.
To fight a battle under these circumstances would serve no purpose. I'm prepared to offer terms. Hear me out. I know you need more Ketracel White. My doctor can sedate your men and keep them alive until we're rescued. After that, we can put you in medical stasis until we secure a new supply.
The Vorta did not give me the option to surrender.
Keevan's betrayed you. He gave us your entire plan of attack last night.
It was obvious that approaching your position from this canyon was a deliberate tactical error on his part.
You knew?
I suspected. Despite what Keevan may think, the Jem'Hadar are often one step ahead of the Vorta.
You can still stay one step ahead. Surrender.
I have my orders.
Keevan doesn't deserve the unwavering loyalty you're giving him.
He does not have to earn my loyalty, Captain. He has had it from the moment I was conceived. I am a Jem'Hadar. He is a Vorta. It is the order of things.
Do you really want to give up your life for the order of things?
It is not my life to give up, Captain. And it never was.
What did he say?
All the wrong things?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday show. I'm Hammer, and I'm usually joined by two of my favorite Wednesday show hosts, Genty Maxey in Canada and Terry Diamantis down under. You can find us on Rumble every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we bring in YouTube at 9 p.m. to simulcast on YouTube as well. Hope you have time to stop by.
There he is.
Damar's a creature of habit, all right. After a hard day at work, he deserves his glass of Kanar. Why are the Jem'Hadar always in here, he asks himself. They don't drink, they don't eat, they don't gamble, all they do is take up space. Damar asks his bartender if he found a pad he was working on the other day.
My brother tells the truth. He hasn't seen it.
Damar doesn't like that. The pad contained a draft copy of a secret memorandum he was working on concerning the shortage of white. In it, he speculates that without the drug, the Jem'Hadar will run amok, killing everyone and everything in their path. Damar recommends that if the Cardassians can't bring down the minefield and reopen the supply line from the Gamma Quadrant, they should poison the last ration of white, eliminating the Jem'Hadar before it's too late. How did you get a hold of Damar's pad anyway?
I'm good with my hands. Here we go. They've seen him.
The missing pad. DeMar accuses them of stealing it.
They say they found it outside their quarters, right where I left it.
I knew this was gonna work. The Cardassians and the Jem'Hadar can pretend to be allies, but they hate each other.
Get out of my way!
Minions of the Zoo. In space! I farted and the pain in my stomach went away.
I'm still waiting for the check, Tyr.
Shit! God damn it!
Yeah.
I fucked up. I'm looking for
Yeah.
Tyr Alexander because Sanguine is not here. He is doing some shit. I don't know, and I fucked up my info by not unmuting my own mic. So let me go over it again. I receiver. And I'm here with my friend.
Wait. Let's do it right. Since Batman and I have already introduced ourselves. Tyr's here too, everyone.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm here.
We just
too.
wish he wasn't.
Yeah, and James Colley.
Well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And he had to clean it all up by himself.
Yeah. As you can clearly see, we are professional YouTubers. We did it professionally, very professional. So
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, Tyr does this professionally. The rest of us just came here because we've got nothing else to do.
They're here to point laugh
I'll
at
put
me.
it to you like this. I do this because it is my weekly exercise on how to not be as offensive. Because this is Minions of the Zoo. And I have to censor myself.
Why?
Because we can't go ham.
Because we got to have respect for the channel owner's channel.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
Well, for the channel owner for letting us use it.
Yeah. So
exactly.
Hold on.
So this is my.
Wait a minute, really quickly. Which TFO do you guys want to do? You want to do Zora Nebula Rescue or the Vault and Snare?
Oh, I don't want to do the vault. That's annoying with the. I hate the vault even more than I hate Azure Nebula Rescue.
All right, we'll do that one.
Well, we're doing the vault, yay.
No, we're doing Azure Nebula Rescue, and all right, James. Sorry,
I was being sarcastic.
Well, what I was saying was that this is
sarcasm
my exercise in how not to be me.
Well, you know.
Again, we try to be restrained on the minions. You know, we don't go full retard on the minions.
Huh.
It says here.
Yes.
Another Achilles here named the Persepolis.
We don't go midnight show on the minions.
We do not go midnight show on the minions.
Never go full midnight.
I never go full midnight. That's a good one. Batman
we don't go opening night on the Muppet Show.
Batman was talking about how he disliked Men in Black International and Ghostbusters 2016.
There wasn't a story to either of those films. It was just look how much better women are than men.
All right, so
Exercise.
the original Ghostbusters was literally it was lightning in a bottle. Not to say the second one wasn't good.
It wasn't just that; it was well written.
It was well written.
It was well acted.
Well,
the concept was good.
All right, you gotta remember at the time, Harold Ramis and Bill Murray were were friends, and they had worked previously together. The story was mostly written by Dan Aykroyd, but again, you had these two people who know how to do timing to each other, and everybody in there was literally funny as fuck. Mm.
Mm. Oh yeah, and you notice none of the characters in that film were really idiots. Not even the bad guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Even that guy with no dick.
Walter
Pack.
Pack.
He wasn't an idiot. He was just overzealous.
Yeah.
And he was an asshole, but he wasn't a moron.
I wouldn't even say he was an asshole. He'd just become hugely confrontational with Bill Murray's character.
I mean, but he did have a point. You guys, highly prevalent technology that you were using, and you have no safety. Come on now.
And yeah, the only reason he got confrontational is because, well, he did go into it a little hard, demanding to see the thing, but Venkman should have let him.
Again,
I don't think so. The guy had no warrant and he had no authority.
But when hello, Will.
Well, the Busters of Ghosts were using a new technology that was unregulated because there was no time to regulate it.
Partially true.
There was no evidence that it was a harm to anyone either.
It was there were particle accelerators.
Yeah.
They actually said we're wearing unlicensed particle accelerators on our backs.
Well,
hinting that that's actually illegal.
But aside from the obvious damage for impact with the proton stream, they had no basis for knowledge alternative.
It's a particle accelerator. Even back in the 70s.
We're not talking about the proton packs.
We were talking about the tracks and the grid.
Yeah, but the guy from the government, he was interested in all of it, not just the
Well, yeah.
True enough, but
we already, even back in the 70s, we knew what a particle accelerator was capable of, how dangerous the bloody thing was. Pardon?
What was his probable cause? Did he have reasonable articulable suspicion? What was his reason for showing up there other than these guys say they're catching ghosts?
Well, like you said, it's a particle accelerator.
He doesn't know that.
The proton packs were a particle accelerators.
He doesn't know that.
Apparently he did, because of the way he was talking.
We're going to have to go watch the scenes and have an argument about it, I think.
Possibly.
We can argue here left and right, back and forth all we want. But until we watch the movie again and refresh our memories properly.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to blame Tyr.
Times, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're just going to have to blame. We're just going to have to blame
Tyr. Right now, we
Tyr.
just have a gist to work with.
Yeah.
Well, back to the original thing for Batman is that the 2016 remake was unfunny, and that came mainly due to the fact that there was no real script between it. He let them ad-lib a lot, and there was no straight man in the group.
Well, yeah, they didn't have the kind of skills that Robert Downey Jr. and everyone had with Iron Man.
Yeah,
to be able to pull that off.
And there was no straight man to. All right, so Egon played the role of the straight man in the first movie. He was the no emotional one that everyone kind of made fun of, and so the wacky shit that Bankman and the others were doing just kind of like Egon. Like, what are you doing? and they didn't have that with the females.
They didn't have a story with the females. It was just a bad copy. It was a bad copy of the original film, and it was only there to show that the girls are better.
And I don't think they should have made Chris Hemsworth's character stupid. He should have been just Amy Potts. Yeah,
Janine wasn't a moron. Janine was one of those people. Janine was one of those people who doesn't take shit from anybody.
Yeah, but she was also capable. She
was capable in her own job. Yeah.
Yes.
She was more than competent.
Mm-hmm. Like, again, so making them dumb or stupid was stupid for its own sake.
The only I mean, for a comedy, the only funny bit in the 2016 Ghostbusters was where one of the female characters. What?
I was saying hello to Duck Dog and W.R. Carson.
Saying the only funny part in that 2016 Ghostbusters was where one of the female characters complains about a coffee bean having no sugar in it. So Chris Hemsworth, while I put sugar in it, takes a taste and then spits it back into the cup. That's how bad the film was.
Again, all right. So I don't. The original premise for the third movie that they were planning to do was everybody's getting older and they can't do it as much, so it's passing it for like kids. No, that's what the original premise for the third, like when
you said doing it.
What the hell? That was the premise for the third one with Dan Aykroyd's plan for it when he wanted to do it. It was going to be them passing the torch.
Actually, popular consensus is the PS2 game that came out was the actual Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah, because it also rectified the fact that Winston wasn't a scientist and he got a doctorate in that game.
Mechanical engineering, as I recall.
Yeah. No, it was also he also had a minor in like ancient history or some dumb shit. Like he because he did his doctoral. He said he did his doctoral thesis on ghosts of the Gozerian. So it had to be something related to history.
Right.
But it also, like I said, it also rectified a lot of the situations. It also established that like we are looking for younger blood to take over. You know.
And you got to look at the other thing is the women who played. I can't remember all their names. I remember Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon,
And Melissa McCarthy.
And Melissa McCarthy.
Gosh,
The
she's
other
not
one, I
funny.
can never remember her fucking name.
Because she's so forgettable.
Yeah.
Well, the one who the
Well, she's the charisma sink, just like Tessa Thompson is.
Oh, I thought you meant the thin, unremarkable looking one.
But in any case, they're not really funny
Assassination
outside of their element where they can be funny if they're typecast.
They're not really funny
unless she's typecast a certain way.
And even then, she's not funny.
Yeah.
But see, the problem is the movie didn't take itself seriously enough. It didn't have the gravitas of the first movie.
No, you've got it exactly the wrong way around.
It took
the movie took itself too seriously. In fact, it took itself seriously. That's why successful comedies are comedies, because they don't take themselves seriously.
He slimed me, right?
in fact, in a lot of ways, you look at a good drama movie, and it's successful because it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah, you have to have...
It's not up his own ass.
You can't be under the same level of pressure constantly when doing a film like that. You got to have... I guess I'm going to call it psychological downtime. And what I mean by that is, because they were ad-libbing most of Ghostbusters 2016, they were always under that kind of pressure.
Always making jokes.
Or Paul Feig, whatever his name is, was not being a competent director in that film. Everyone had to pick up his slack because he was just letting them play, basically. And to get a project done, you can't be playing all the time. You get a certain ways into it, you're under the pressure, and that pressure is not going to let up.
I mean, but ad-libbing...
You're under pressure to be funny, and that's going to fuck up your timing and your thinking.
But ad-libbing, when you got, again, ad-libbing some lines said the entire movie is okay. Again, he slimed me, Ray, the way Bill Murray...
Depends.
Wait a minute, hold on. The way Bill Murray delivered that line, it wasn't originally in the movie. It wasn't in the script. He ad-libbed it, and everyone loved it. And it's one of the better lines from the first movie. He slimed me, right?
Yes, because he didn't do it in a horrified way. It was a kind of, I'm mildly disgusted by this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, remember, the whole thing was he slimed me, and then the other guys start talking about it, and he says, I feel so funky.
Yeah.
And that's funny.
Yes, it is.
You know, Melissa, or what? Not the other one. The one whose name I can't remember.
Whatever her name is. I don't think Leslie Jones is fucking funny either.
Every crack. That's not funny. That's disgusting.
I didn't like Leslie Jones. All right.
Yeah, Leslie Jones. Oh, we've never seen a loud, obnoxious black woman in a movie before.
Hold on. The one you can't remember was that the one that people kept saying was the hot one.
No, I don't
know. It really wasn't.
The one
she's the one who licks her fucking pistols.
Yeah.
No, that was Kate McKinnon.
Oh, okay. Then Kristen Wiig is the one, the female lead, the one that. Oh God, it's gonna get us all. She's the one that gets slimed in the first movie, the beginning, and yeah.
See, Kate McKinnon was the only actress in that film who looked like she was having fun. She smiled, and her smiles were sincere. Like when she was fucking with the other Ghostbuster by standing there like she was one of the head molds. If you remember that bit, she played like she was actually having fun, and she's the only one who came across that way. So I mean, I give her credit for looking like she's having fun, but she was still
in a shitty movie.
She's still in a shit movie. She's still I'm gonna say the right things to maintain my career kind of a hack. And everything, I haven't seen her in much of anything else, so I got to assume she's not that funny. She's still stuck with Saturday Night Live, for Christ's sake. Or at least, I don't know if she is anymore. But it was clear that she didn't launch a major movie career. Hell, Kristen Wiig didn't launch a major movie career because who's hiring her today? Nobody.
Shit, who's hiring Leslie Jones?
Right.
I mean, and Melissa
It's not
McCarthy
because
already had
YouTube
a.
didn't like you. It's because you suck.
And Melissa McCarthy already had a prior movie career before she got that role.
Melissa McCarthy. Let's face it. Melissa McCarthy is about. I'm going to put this politely. I can't. Melissa McCarthy's about as funny as a firebomb going off in a terminally ill children's ward.
Wow, that's mean. Yo, Will, you joining us?
This guy. But Melissa McCarthy is the fat girl that tries to gain people's approval through humor.
Yeah. Waiting for you to finish the.
Yeah, we done. We're in
instance 3 at the moment.
It's 34 in here. Want to move?
Yeah, let's go back to 9.
We're heading to 9. 5. Go to 5.
Okay, we're heading to 5
already.
Yeah, I accidentally clicked 5, thinking it's 9. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead, Sid.
Oh, 9, right?
Yep, there's Will.
9 or 5?
9. Stay where you are, Will.
Stay where you are. I'm coming to 9.
Going from 9 to 5.
Oh, I'm right here.
It's enough to make
the only role that Kristen Wiig ever did of note after Ghostbusters 2016 was Wonder Woman 1984. And that was a stupid premise for a movie in the first fucking place.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, bring back Steve Trevor, put him in somebody else's body.
Rape by fraud.
That movie was an insult.
Yeah.
It destroyed everything that the first Wonder Woman movie did.
Well, they did a stupid escalation.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me read some of these chats. Duck Dog says the EPA cum stain that shut off the electrical grid. Duck Dog again. That's one big Twinkie. I've seen shit return you white. Duck Dog goes again. Kristen Wiig. Duck Dog says Kate McKinnon is just pretty and weird enough to be attractive, and then he says as funny as a sub door in a Screen Marine. I'm going to translate that as a screen door on a submarine.
Works for me. Anyway, Wonder Woman 1984 was a stupid movie, and here's why.
Hold on, Will, you did your the daily, or do you need to do it?
And I have not done the daily yet.
All right, we can do it again. We can do it again. He needs a daily.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So am I, but that does not deny my right to complain.
Sure. All right, you were saying, Mitch.
Back to what I'm saying. Finally, Wonder Woman 1984 was stupid, and here's why. The first, her first appearance in that Batman movie was in 20-something. Then in, oh yeah, it was in Batman v Superman, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the first Wonder Woman movie was in World War I. That's fine. But then in Wonder Woman 1984, she had a gimmick with that golden armor thing that for some reason she couldn't use in Batman v Superman against Doomsday.
Yeah.
Why? You don't escalate like that in a way that fucks up the story you're telling.
Yeah.
You don't create that kind of a inconsistency.
No.
That's why I'm generally against prequels.
All right. So I like your idea of starting small and escalate, and they don't do that anymore. Again, it's all like every movie is this world-ending evil, it's world-ending threat. And in Iron Man, you the first couple of Iron Mans, you didn't have that. You know, it did escalate into something big, but everything after Iron Man became plan's gonna end. We need to stop it now. You know, so but
that's because Hollywood doesn't know that. And this is often a thing with sex too.
Mm-hmm.
Often it's the anticipation that is the most stimulating.
Yeah.
When you get the actual thing that you think you wanted, you're generally let down.
Mm-hmm.
So when in Marvel Phase 1, where we're building up to the Avengers, that was awesome to finally get the Avengers. Because it was genuinely satisfying.
Yes.
But they want to start now, since DC, they want to, and even with Marvel after Phase 1, they want to start with the Avengers and treat everything else like it's on par with the Avengers. Or not, I'm sorry. They want to start with Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because DC goes from Zero to fucking Darkseid, for Christ's sake.
Would make no fucking sense.
Superman went from Zero to Zod. You just don't do that.
No.
The Batman movie Batman v Superman went Zero to fucking Superman, for Christ's sake.
Zero to Doomsday.
Zero to Doomsday.
Yeah.
And there was no setup for that fight. Like this.
Oh yeah, and they didn't have Lex Luthor. That was an evil Jimmy Olsen.
All right.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the second Kick-Ass fight?
Yes.
I haven't seen either of them.
All right. In the second Kick-Ass, there is.
You mean Hit Girl?
Yeah, the Hit Girl fight with Mother Russia. There's no build up to that. Like that battle comes out of fucking left field, and it's supposed to be this big event.
That's one of the reasons why I've never said I disagree that it's the second Kick-Ass movie. It's the first Hit Girl movie.
Like had they built up to that fight, it'd have been more cathartic because they were building up to the fight between Motherfucker and Kick-Ass. The whole movie is them fucking each other.
It's not even exclusively building up to that fight, because even if it's a Superman movie and everyone already knows Superman, you still have to start small with him if you're starting something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just go from Zero to Doomsday. You have to.
Or Zero to Zod.
With, minor villains to establish Superman and what he can do, what he won't do, and what he will do.
Yeah, which is pretty much. I mean, I know they used Zod in the second, the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, but it was at the right time.
Yes,
that's a good. That's a good second
Superman
movie villain.
Yeah,
it's establishing Superman.
But even then,
However, they established Zod and his group in the first movie.
Yeah,
they showed his imprisonment.
I believe
into the Forbidden Zone.
Yes, the Phantom Zone. But I believe that the first two movies were pretty much made back to back, weren't they?
I believe so.
More or less, I believe so. I think Richard Donner did most of the work on both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But James, the Phantom Zone is where Kryptonian villains are sent. The Forbidden Zone's that desert in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, but see again, hold on, really quick. Even then, for that second Superman movie, Lex Luthor was a clear and present threat in that entire movie.
Yes.
Like, so it's still building up Lex Luthor as the chief villain, because even with the main threat of Zod, Lex Luthor is still there in your thoughts. Like, what is his plan in this? What is he going to do? How is he going to capitalize and use this to his advantage?
It's easy. We all know how Lex Luthor would capitalize. He'd make a real estate bid.
Yeah.
But didn't he make use some of the Kryptonian cells to make his fucking Ultraman, Radiation Man thing?
Or he took some of
Superman's hair.
Superman's hair.
Yeah.
And that was in 4.
Yeah.
Quest for Peace.
That's the Quest for Peace.
Yeah,
but combined it with a bunch of other things, put it in nuclear warhead. They had the Superman throw into the sun. Talk about a extra stupid origin story.
But again,
it was something original.
But my point still stands. Like, he's still building toward. Like, I'm pretty sure even if he did, like, the story didn't explicitly say him using the knowledge he gained from those events with Zod and them, I'm pretty sure he still fucking used some of the information he got from Zod and them.
It's actually my favorite that movie actually has my favorite John Cryer role.
Yes.
No, super dude.
No, that was stupid.
But
but that's why I liked it, because it was stupid.
But y'all get what I'm trying to say.
The thing about Zod, Ursa, and Norm. The thing about those three, and with Lex Luthor in it too, Lex Luthor was still smarter than they were.
Yes, he was still playing like a fiddle from hell.
No,
I wouldn't say smarter. I wouldn't say smart or more intelligent. He was more cunning.
Okay, that works too.
Because I mean, he was using Zod's arrogance against him.
Yes. In
exactly the same way.
In
exactly the same way he used Superman's morality against him.
Yes, and that makes for good interactions, good opportunities to tell a good story.
Superman, thank God. I mean, get him!
Hey, Rotten Corpse.
Hello, Corpse, that is rotten.
What's up, smelly body?
Oh, decomposing cadaver.
Hey, I'm not a cadaver.
You're a corpse, you're a cadaver.
I think there's actually a difference.
He's more of a skeleton.
Well, somebody can go and look it up, because I'm busy killing Tholians.
Yes.
Goddamn Montholians! Attack the map!
You can't kill Tholians fast enough to please everyone.
Always attacking my shit.
You can if you've got a cosmic-sized kind of raid.
I do.
It's called
the
my
USS
phasers.
Haddonfield.
Called phasers. And torpedoes.
I got a quick question for y'all.
Yes.
What would y'all do if I sang out of tune?
We'd stand up and walk out on you.
Lend me your ear and I'll sing you a song.
I would
and James trying to set me off on the corner as if Rotten doesn't have plenty of time, plenty of experience doing that.
Well, look, you didn't. I mean, still, I have gotten Moon the best by having him look up things that people even told him don't, like sounding.
Oh, shout.
What, you mean like things that make you go, ooh?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Rotten routinely gets Moonshock to look up things that make you go, ooh.
What'd you make him look up this time?
What did I do?
Oh, no, it was the Karen Reed thing.
Oh.
Well, James, in response to what you just asked there, you're obviously upset with me, so I've got to say, whatever I said, whatever I did, I didn't mean it.
Yeah, he did. I can prove it. He's British. They can't lie.
Batman, I've never been upset with you.
Wow, I haven't been trying hard.
Am I missing something?
Batman.
Yes.
Batman, the proper response is challenge accepted. Proper response.
Okay, I'm missing something.
Yes, you are. And I'm so much of a cunt, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
That's okay. I probably got another song.
I watched this
video. A lot of times.
I watched this video about Mr. Bean, right?
Mm-hmm.
The existential horror of Mr. Bean, and basically saying,
I'll put an ice cream.
You'd only have to change camera angles slightly, music slightly, and Mr. Bean is no longer a comedy; it's a horror movie, and a very, very frightening one at that.
Are you suggesting the use of more Dutch angles?
No.
Well, just bringing the angles in closer.
And type some tighter shots of his smile. Yeah.
because he pointed out, it's different horror movies where if you change the angle slightly, what is horrific in that film becomes hilarious.
Oh yeah.
And it's not much of a change.
And
sometimes it's just playing different music.
Yeah. There's a. Do you know it's a shot of the build up between Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee at Enter the Dragon, and when they take off their shirt and you see them getting ready to fight. If you change the music to like Careless Whisper, that fucking scene completely changes.
Well, you know the car chase in The French Connection, for example.
Never seen the French Connection.
Well, imagine if you rescored it with
What, Benny Hill?
Yeah, Benny Hill.
Yankee sax.
Yeah, now the one.
And speed the footage up a little bit as well. It becomes a comedy.
Yep.
Shit.
There's very little difference between drama and comedy.
Shit, Gone in 60 Seconds, the original Gone in 60 Seconds is a fucking comedy. Can't nobody tell me that shit's a drama.
Rowan Atkinson is an underrated actor.
Yes,
he
only in the United States.
I mean, honestly, how he was not bigger is beyond me because everything he did with his facial expressions.
Well,
he didn't say much in the whole run of Mr. Bean.
You gotta remember two things, James.
He was amazing.
Hold on, y'all remember two things, James. American sensibilities and British sensibilities are two different types of sensibilities.
Yeah, and also you're forgetting. Yeah, he was big over here long before Mr. Bean.
Yeah, like he was Black Adder. All 4 seasons of Black Adder.
He was big over here long before he was Black Adder.
I know, but that's what I like. The younger thing I remember. The older thing I remember seeing him as Black Adder.
I would really like to see him play a maniac like Robin Williams played on occasion.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Go to YouTube and look up a sketch called not the 9 o'clock news, Constable Savage.
Shit.
We're live streaming, man.
It was.
People way to watch something.
Yeah, I'm not about now.
Batman. He's black. Of course, he hasn't seen The French Connection. Gotta help.
Well, there's a chance he's made the French mistake.
Doing the French mistake. Voila.
Don't you know he was Martians and shit?
Yeah, hold on. Technically, I'm a non-ether being. Don't ask me what the fuck a non-ether being is, but I'm one of them.
We were space aliens and shit.
Did you watch that one? They brought up a whole thing of like saying that there was man-made stuff on Mars, and originally that had to have been black people, and that whole thing. So my first reaction, as soon as they said, it was like, "We was Martians."
we was Martian Kangs and shit.
I actually saw something like that where.
And then they had then they later on had the underground or underwater pyramid. So it's like we was Atlanteans, or Atlanteans.
I actually saw something like that.
And as I pointed out,
somebody posted stuff on I think it's Twitter a few years ago. Yeah, about they found man-made structures on Mars. Yeah, and somebody posted, was it? Yeah, like it was black people who built them, and somebody had posted underneath it, why were they stolen?
Nice.
Damn.
And as I pointed out, Rotten, the Atlanteans, and why do you think it sank? No, as people that have followed my antics on our news and commentary and opinion shows, I have been expressing a lot of outrage on the Karen Reed trial. But there have been some chef's kiss moments this week.
Hold on. You can go ahead and talk about it. I'm going to grab a drink really quickly.
Yeah, Monkey apparently still thinks she's guilty, but he's just jumping in the whole thing.
That Karen Reed, you're going to have to refresh my memories.
Refresh your tits.
I know what I said.
Okay, fine. Then my bad. Sorry.
Apparently, memories are stored in the breast.
Apparently.
So who's this Karen Reed bloke?
She is being
Gal.
accused of murdering her boyfriend by backing an SUV into him at 24 plus miles per hour over the course of 60 to 70 feet in a snowstorm in a moderately small town suburb area of Boston.
That's a while ago, that wasn't it?
It's already been through two grand juries, one trial, an FBI investigation that the juries on this trial isn't supposed to know about. And well, let's just say that this week it came out that one of their key witnesses from the non-law enforcement perspective just managed to get caught out in the fact that she lied to the police, lied to the FBI, allegedly. Lied to the court, lied to the jury.
Is this for the defense?
No, this is like a key witness for the prosecution.
I'm going to say, because most of the stuff I've heard about her, she's about as innocent as Jodi Arias, if you remember her.
Well, I mean, Karen Reed.
What the standard is beyond a reasonable doubt, and reasonable doubt has been established practically from the get-go. Charges should not have been filed.
Yeah, there is not one single part of this trial that is not drenched in reasonable doubt. All of the evidence is tainted with reasonable doubt, and some of it is reasonable doubt to begin. It's not a taint; it is by nature reasonable doubt to begin with.
It ought to be called fucking exculpatory evidence, the animated series at this point.
You remember Jodi Arias, don't you?
No.
She's a woman who drove a couple of 1,000 miles to kill her Mormon ex-boyfriend. She stabbed him 27 times, shot him 3 times, and cut his throat so deeply it almost decapitated him.
He was committed to him not surviving. Got it.
But there were people, even after all the evidence was compiled, who thought she was not guilty.
Well, that's because they thought she was pretty, and maybe if I think she's not guilty, I'll get a blowjob. Bullshit.
Some of them were women.
Yeah. No, this is quite the opposite, Batman.
So
all the scientific and independently verifiable evidence is that she did not do it.
We're talking about Karen Reed now.
Yeah, if all the evidence points towards her not being innocent or not guilty, then she's probably not guilty. Yeah. There is more than reasonable doubt there.
Yes.
Way more.
The state has failed to make its case.
I know. You know the horrible thing, though? I mean, you can have a murder case where all the evidence points towards the defendant being innocent, yet they're actually still guilty.
Well,
that's happened before.
Yeah, that's where I have a concern. This is like the whole jury system. I mean, juries
the jury
are
system itself is fine. It's the jury instructions given by the court.
Well, juries in general are unreliable animals, but juries in the jury system are better than all other judicial styles and trial styles out there, with the exception of if you have a case where there is no fact in question and it is only a matter of application of law, you're sometimes better off having a judge rule.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
However,
that's why you do have some criminal cases which are close to a jury.
But the jury is, this particular thing, not only do you have a lot of attempts to influence the jury with stuff that is not relevant to any theory of guilt, but the specific jury instructions basically date back to the Salem witch trials and British Star Chamber.
Well, your judicial system is based on the British judicial system.
Yeah.
Which is why you bring people to trial who are innocent until proven guilty, whereas in France and I think in most of Europe, it's the Napoleonic system where you're guilty until proven innocent.
Here's the other side of the problem, or another side of the problem, rather, is that we need to button down on what a jury of your peers means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Black people are your peers?
It
is it people of your profession? Is it people of your nationality?
It
Is it people of
ties
your age?
that also
Your
ties
economic
back
background.
to British. That also ties back to British law, though, and that it was the members of.
Ready for another tip up?
Yeah.
Members of like the House of Lords were each other's peers. Members of the House of Commons were each other's peers. It was a.
Yo, 60.
It was kind of a class distinction.
Yes.
It wasn't racial. It wasn't educational.
I think when it comes to like the British class system, peers appears varied meanings. I mean, you get a peer of the realm. That doesn't mean he's your equal. He's not. He's nobility.
But what you end up with in the average U.S. City, your peer is anything from your neighbor to somebody from across town, halfway across the county, whatever. It's not this person looks demographically like identical to me.
Hold on. I want to read some of these chats in chat. Dr. goes, Bill Burr's brother was the mayor of Canton for a while. Dr. goes again, the fabricated evidence from the state police was pointed out by everybody except the prosecutor. And then he goes, for fuck's sake, what in the fuck are you doing, Tyrone?
And now we're
the hero of Canton, the man they call
Tyrone.
Yeah,
I did not like this one.
Is every piece of like photographic and video evidence I have seen them bring forward has been altered somehow.
Yes.
They played the 911 call. The prosecution played it at an accelerated pace to make it sound like this witness was more frantic to try and get the police there. The thing is, she was slow walking it the whole time. Oh, there's a man. We found a man face down in the snow. He's not responsive. What she didn't say for like the longest time, this guy is a local, he's like a Boston cop. He's laying in the front yard of another Boston cop. And a lot of other stuff that could have gotten to, all kinds of faster reaction. All she needed to do, if she really was like, hey, this is a desperate emergency situation, officer down at 34 Fairview in Canton, Officer Brian Albert's front yard, they would have had sirens running before she finished speaking.
Hold on.
Before she finished getting it out.
She didn't get them there that fast.
Hold on. James is trying to say something. James?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. When there's violence in schools, certain people want to talk about this is what happens when you don't have a religious aspect in schools. Now, with this Karen Ray trial, whenever a woman is on trial, I have to think to myself, what was she doing outside of the kitchen?
We knew it was coming.
I didn't think it would be from
James, from that perspective, to be fair, she drove her boyfriend to this place at his request, and he had been drinking alcohol. Now, I mean, every local cop involved in this has basically been caught out drunk driving, which is also something that's not getting any special attention.
Yeah, then again, to support what James was saying is, yeah, this is a woman we're talking about. How do you drive a kitchen?
See, I was completely expecting James to say that he thinks to himself, "What a wonderful world."
I was more expecting him to go, you know, he let a dishwasher outside the house. Amazing.
I mean, instead of rehashing all this shit, can we go back to talking about how, what was it, Sharna? It doesn't understand animal beef or beefs between animals.
What? Huh?
Well, I just
the whole thing of like orcas and blue whales, that they don't like each other.
It's not that they don't like each other. They're competing for the same territory.
No, because blue whales aren't freaking predators.
Yeah, they have literally no overlap except for geographic space in the ocean, and the ocean covers most of the planet.
Yeah,
because basically orcas would go after small blue whales and that whole thing. So a lot of blue whales have just been like, "Fuck it, we gonna go out. We will stop orcas hunting just because." But that's like, orcas have tormented like great white sharks so much that if they even think they hear an orca in their hunting grounds, they'll abandon that hunting ground for up to 2 years.
Oh yeah, they do the same with dolphins as well. Dolphins terrorize sharks.
Yeah, but it's still them competing over territory. Like again, you just had to keep the thing that if they encounter each other, territorial thing. Even they don't eat the same thing.
At least between sharks and orcas, they'll eat a lot of the same things.
Yeah,
but I mean, no, like blue whales will flat out like block orcas from being able to kill seals.
Yeah,
just out of spite and pettiness.
Well, it's not just that. I think there's a bit of
a symbiotic relationship between the orcas, the seals, and the blue whales.
Oh, empathy, because let's face it, orcas don't just kill and eat seals; they torture them for hours beforehand.
Oh yeah, they'll do that to a bunch of different animals.
Yeah.
I mean, the sharks, they know how to flip them over and how to get it to where they can, like basically get them, they're paralyzed by flipping them over so they can just eat their liver and leave the rest of the carcass.
Apparently, dolphins do very much the same. But then again, orcas are a very aren't actually a whale. They're a very large form of dolphin.
Mm-hmm. They're a porpoise.
No, I think they're accidental.
Here's a good question.
Yes.
If two vegans dislike each other, is it still considered beef?
No, it's a tofurkey.
Hold on. When we say two vegans, are you on about people from the planet Vega?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. If it was the other one, I would have to kill you for mentioning them.
Look, I said to you like
definitely the other one.
Look, I said like this: you are eating my food's food, and I don't like it. Stop eating my food's food. I don't eat your food's food. Don't eat my food's food.
All right, there's actually I'm being serious here. There's a friend of mine. I've known him since school. He's a vegan, but he's not an arsehole vegan.
He's not a preachy
vegan. He doesn't eat meat because he doesn't like meat, right? He doesn't say, "Oh, it's because I'm saving the planet" or anything. I just don't like meat. He's got a dog. Oh, well, what about your dog? What does your dog eat? Well, the dog eats meat. Well, you're a vegan, yeah, but the dog isn't.
Okay, I like that guy. At least he's not trying to fucking make his dog a vegan.
Yeah, I got some respect there. Kind of like I know somebody who is somewhere between vegan and vegetarian, and
well, you mean an omnivore?
Is out of a general respect for life in general, and
do they though?
Yeah, because if they really had respect for life, they wouldn't eat plants.
No, it's the whole thing is like if you really had respect for life and that whole thing, you'd be mad at all the insects and other animals that have to get killed just because to have crops.
I don't think they're getting quite that granular on it.
If you had respect for life in general, you just wouldn't eat.
Yeah, pretty much.
In fact, you'd hold your breath.
Don't
Seriously,
your dying breath.
But the thing is, that particular person,
sister.
they don't,
Hey,
they're
you don't
not
want to hear about
gonna.
what you and your sister get up to in Texas, all right? This is a family show.
Jesus, talk over people, I believe, to you.
My sister, she
We
has a
told
hard
James I
time
was
with,
trying to say something.
It's covered with moles.
No, she has a hard time with meat,
right?
In general,
Definite?
eating it.
Okay.
So when she goes to McDonald's when she was younger, she would order a Big Mac without meat.
Well, that's easy.
They looked
Just
at her
order a
like she
Big
was
Mac.
nuts.
All right. To be fair,
Yeah.
That's a grilled cheese.
it is. It pretty much is. It's a salad
with
sandwich.
lettuce.
It's a salad sandwich.
Exactly.
It's a grilled cheese about the grilled. Like I used to work at McDonald's back in my youth.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the difference in ingredients between a British McDonald's and an American one?
No.
There are a hell of a lot more ingredients in an American McDonald's.
Okay.
Well, in a lot of those cases as well, for some of the things as well, I'm saying it was well too much. The American one breaks down their terms, their actual scientific definition for
So
some
does the British
food.
one. So do we, but
not always. Again,
yeah,
that's
we
why I
do.
said for some.
But you don't use pink slime number 5?
Yeah, we list all the E numbers and that if there are any, which I don't think we use anymore because I think they're illegal over here. But there are a lot more ingredients in American food than there are in ours, and most of it is additives and flavorings.
Again, you don't add pink. You don't had your burgers are made of pink slime number 5. Come on now, pink slime number 5 is like tasty shit.
No, usually our beef burgers are made out of dead cow.
Dead cow? What the fuck is that? Like that's not where the beef flavoring is.
Yeah, we use beef for our beef flavoring.
See, we use horse lips and whale testicles.
We use cow. Ours just aren't mad.
Neither are ours, and you do realise that when we had our mad cow thing in the 80s, it was in the States as well.
Yep.
Yeah, we had outbreak of mad cow disease.
Yeah, your government just shoved it under the carpet a lot stronger than ours did.
No, when there was a huge ass beef recall back in the day.
BSC.
Like I very vividly remember the beef recall. Like I remember mad cow disease.
But do you know why mad cow disease is called mad cow disease?
Because the cows got angry.
Because it's easier to say than
Oh.
open mouth.
Cannibalistic
PMS
cow.
was already taken.
Hey, there's a thing. Women who say that they suffer from PMS or PMT, they don't. They get it. It's the men around them that suffer.
Hold on.
Exactly.
Duck Dog had two more. Orcas are endurance hunters, and Quicken Bale is a vegetarian because he's morally opposed to the commercial farming. He is not a cunt about it, like cyclists would be. Agreed. As long as you're not a cunt about it, I can care less what you eat. Like if you invite me to a barbecue and you say, hey, it's gonna be a vegan barbecue, I know what to expect. But if you just invite me to a fucking barbecue and I'm expecting like hamburgers and shit, and I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, you see, if you invite me to a barbecue and say, hey, it's a vegan barbecue, I'm just not gonna go.
Yeah, but you gave me the option.
I'll go, but I'll bring my own meat.
See, here's the real test.
Yes.
If your vegan friend invites you to dinner and builds you something made of meat to suit your dietary preference, that's a good vegan.
Yes.
No, that's not a vegan. Yeah, but that's actually not a vegan because they shouldn't be preparing meat according to their own rules.
Really, vegetarians aren't vegetarians either because they make exceptions for
fish
and something else, fowl. Which I'm sorry, but chicken is meat, fish is meat.
Yep.
Yeah, they basically
high protein muscle tissue meat.
Yep.
What the fuck is
I've heard vegans who won't eat stuff like clams, right, or oysters,
right?
Because of all the suffering that the oysters and that go through, things like oysters don't actually have a nervous system. They don't feel pain. They're not even self-aware.
It must be the mockery that's the worst.
I've seen Finding Nemo, and you're lying.
I'm going to punch you so much that my arm will wear down to a nub.
Good goddamn! Look, I can't be sanctioning this type of violence against James. Maybe we need to sell tickets to it though.
Tyr, I've said this before. I'll say it again. You're a bag of bones. I'm going to loose a pack of dogs on you.
I'm not a bag of bones. There is flesh on my bones. It's just starting to rot and peel.
Okay.
It's not a bag of bones. The bones are largely spread out to performing different functions at different places.
As a matter of fact, I'm in my cat form. Kefki turned me into a cat. See? Now.
I want a big ass bucket of ribs.
So do I. I want a big ass bucket of beef meat.
Because I'd use the restroom real quick. If you invite me to a barbecue and you're just doing burgers and hot dogs, I might smack you. Because that's not a barbecue, that's just grilling.
It's a cookout.
Yeah. Barbecue means you're doing like brisket and stuff like that.
If you're
there is that, but they're very different. And it's like I was in the South for far too long to be like, no, barbecue is different from grilling, from a cookout.
I'll agree with that.
It's like if you're an Australian, you invite me to a barbecue and there's no shrimp on it, I will call you a liar and a fake Australian.
Put another shrimp on the barbie. Oh, I hate that line.
Could be worse.
What?
We could have to listen to Tyr talking. Oh, wait.
It'd be worse. They could offer you a Foster's.
Nothing wrong with Foster's.
Although,
Foster's is Australian for warm kangaroo piss.
Well, go ahead, Mitch.
I'm going to make some cream of taco soup.
Yay!
Cream of Tabasco soup.
I did finally come up with a retort for Will's earlier statement about
before you go on, be right back.
All right. I'm practicing my taco rolls.
So she was driving at his request.
Mm-hmm.
See, now that is a responsible. That's a responsible woman, you know. Her significant other might be getting hungry, and as his sandwich maker, it is her job to make sure that he doesn't get hungry.
James, you need to get. Somebody's gonna smack you so hard, I'ma feel it.
This is shit I cannot say around my girlfriend.
This is shit you can't say around your mother.
Go up 2 octaves.
She's gonna hit you so hard, your head will spin around, you do a little dance. God damn, James. Yeah. It's funny, y'all. But still.
It doesn't make it any worse. Any less funny.
She'll hit you so hard that if you do have kids, your descendants in 3 generations will get knocked out of a chair.
That's just all stuff sliding to the right, just for no reason.
Oh. The last time my nephews were here, they rolled their eyes at me and said, "Keep rolling them eyes, I'll turn you into a Muppet."
I seen what he did to the other boy.
Anyway.
Keep rolling those eyes, I'll roll them back.
I mean, I figured they were rolling their eyes trying to find their brain.
Oh, man. Let me see what Chad is saying. Dr. goes, those are pescatarians and proletarians, Mitchie, and beef
Episcopalian.
rib.
I know,
Nope,
but they often call themselves
proletarians.
vegetarians.
And then he goes, beef ribs with cowboy rub. Yeah, that does sound tasty.
Ribs. On what
Yeah,
planet
fucking ribs.
is that good?
What?
There's not enough meat on them.
Depending on the type of, if you
Need
get
pork ribs.
if you get beef ribs, not short ribs, they have enough meat.
You gotta eat more than one of them, but I mean, it's good eating.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all I
Pork
can think
ribs.
is the video. You guys ever see the video where it's like, I think the two gentlemen were from England. They come to America. They go to someplace in the South to an actual barbecue joint, like a smaller one, and they go to frickin' take a fork and knife to the ribs, and the guy walks up and goes, "Sir, sir, sir."
Oh, I've seen it.
That's not how we do that here. Pick it up and eat it. And when they do that, they're like, "Oh my god, this is amazing."
Try to be uppity.
Well, yeah, see,
Well, no, they were going to eat the way they normally do, which is with a fork, knife, and fork. And they're like, "Sir, that's not how you traditionally eat ribs." So like, try it this way.
The thing is, if you want to get good ribs, you got to find some fat black grandma who owns a restaurant with 200-year-old equipment that's had the shit kicked out of it. With they're building their own wood to burn and whatnot to barbecue these ribs, because that's going to be the place that has the best fucking ribs ever. Health inspector comes by, they shoot that motherfucker.
Yeah, you have to go to hole in the wall joints. You can't go to chain restaurants for it.
You need if you ever come to Baltimore and you want ribs made, you don't sign up with joint crabs. You find yourself an old black lady. She gotta be old too. I'm talking about she got gray hairs, tall gray hairs, and she gotta have her hands gotta shake when she talk, and you gotta give her.
We're gonna hickory smoke and barbecue these ribs, and yeah, that hickory tree, I planted it myself back when I was a girl.
Yeah, I'm talking about she got the shake. She got the shake, and when she takes, she got to go get her a can of Coke 45, and you go get that can, you give it to her. She's just gonna walk around the house with it, and just gonna be shaking it and shaking it, and she's gonna pour it.
A never-ending cigar that she's smoking.
Yeah, and she's gonna pour it into that water.
Because these are the people who know how to fucking cook.
Yes.
They're 206 years old. They ain't died yet. They know how to fucking cook.
Well, you just have to remember, you always avoid any barbecue place where the guys have actually like properly trimmed facial hair.
Yep.
If they have that at some hipster joint, it's fucking barely mid at best.
Oh yeah, they're serving craft beer
and overpriced.
Say, rotten place for you to try. Sometime when you're in the Grand Rapids area, although their hours are more limited. Two Scots on Leonard Street, west of 131.
What about one
I
Scott?
I could trip back up there and go to Saparo's again.
What about three Scott?
Be decent for a ramen joint.
In my hometown, there was a restaurant called Hazel's.
Okay.
And that's where all the fucking bikers hung out. The reason that's where all the bikers hung out is because Hazel's made the fucking burger, the Hazel burger, and it was the best fucking hamburger for 600 miles in every direction. And this was on the coast.
Kind of like with truckers. If a group of bikers are hanging out at a specific place repeatedly, it has the best food, the best alcohol, or the best both. And women too. If truckers are hanging, repeatedly go to a specific truck stop and everything, and it's not just a gas and nap thing, that place has got food to die for.
You might actually die for it. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, a coronary, say, clogged arteries in 50 years isn't exactly calling it dying for it.
James about to say something. Go ahead, James.
My contribution to the barbecue argument or conversation, and I've told this story before on the Midnight Show. My dad, he used to cut mesquite wood, and he would sell it by the rick or by the cord. Well, he got in touch with a barbecue restaurant, and he was going to get his money, and he goes, "Hey, monkey."
Oh yeah, he told us more.
Because come to find out, there's only one black guy that's walking towards him, and my mother was like, "He's going to shoot you. You need to call him by his." He says, "No, I got this." He goes, "Hey, monkey, come here." He's got his attention, and he comes over, and that's how the black man introduced himself. His name was Monkey. He was the pitmaster for that barbecue restaurant. He had 3 teeth in his entire head, and it was a damn good barbecue.
See.
Well,
That's women don't understand. But
a quart of mesquite is a lot of barbecue.
Yeah.
Your mother. I said this when you told the story on the Midnight Show, and I'll say it here too. Women don't understand male friendships.
No.
Because again, him saying, "Hey, monkey," it wasn't him call. See, she assumed it was a racist thing when it wasn't. It was him. You were using his proper name or the name he introduced you to. Your father probably knew his first name, or like how could have called him something else.
What the hell have I just walked about into?
Who cares?
But he said
I'm just
it.
wondering.
But he said it, and it's not like he was using it to be insulting or derogatory. That's what the fuck he was called.
Tyr was pointing out that women don't understand how men interact.
No, they don't. And when they think they do, they try and interact the same way. And when they get back what they give, they get offended.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's because of that misconception that we have speech codes. Because women don't understand and they do all the bitching about it. Men are like, "Hey, fucker, how you doing?"
I'm not using it. I'm not trying to say anything about Q-Dam when I say this. But we had this issue with Q-Dam not too long ago. On a midnight, on one of the corners, there was an episode where they were reading articles about how men don't interact properly, and we had to explain to her like, y'all don't understand how we interact. Like, he tries insulting me all the time, and I give it back to him. But if we treated her like he treats me, she'd run away crying.
Yeah, when they say men don't interact properly, what they mean is men don't interact like women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
we do interact properly. We just don't interact like women.
Yeah, and it's nothing against women that don't understand. Gals aren't wired to understand it that way. Their neurology is completely different.
Yes.
Something my mother told me when I was a kid. The biggest difference between men and women is men don't understand women, and will admit this. Women don't understand men, but convince themselves that they do.
Yep.
But even then, it's more of a like the fact that men don't show their emotions. Yeah, we do. If I don't like you and I'm pissed at you, you can clearly see it on my face. I don't have to verbally say I'm angry at you. You can see it. You know.
Do you know one of the things, and it's happened to me a few times with women, that annoys the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't done anything, right? They're angry at you. Yeah. What have I done? Why are you angry at us? Well, if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you. And, great. So how am I supposed to fix it then?
Don't.
Well, that's your problem, isn't it? No, it's yours. Bye.
That's where you've fallen into the trap. You're not supposed to fix it. You're supposed to just admit guilt and grovel.
Yeah, like I said, that's the point where they say, well, I say, well, how am I supposed to fix it? And, well, that's your problem. I go, No, it's yours. Bye.
My ex-girlfriend, she would constantly complain about her job, and because she worked for Air Canada, and technically Air Canada's home base was in Canada, so their laws didn't quite run the same way ours did. So she was bitching, it's like, oh, they do this, they do that, and it's not right. And I told her, like, why don't y'all just fucking unionize? Well, that won't work. Like, I just wanted you to listen. Like, look, you're here every day complaining about the same fucking problem. Do something about it. Like, quit bitching.
That's why a lot of the guys that I worked with in the military, or a couple of them, would flat out tell their wives, they'd be like, look, if you want to vent, just tell me you want to vent. And I could always offer a suggestion if you want it later on. But if you just come to me with a problem, I'm immediately going to go into fix-it mode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Oh, God. A friend of mine, his girlfriend at the time, she was getting harassed by one of the guys that worked in the office they worked in.
Right for the THUR?
So he dealt with the guy, right? And she got mad at him for fighting her battle for her, right? So a few months later, the guy starts harassing her again. So he leaves it because she gave him an earful the last time. She gives him an earful for not protecting her from him.
I've been like, what do you want me to do? Like, honestly, I fight the guy, get pissed at me. I don't fight the guy, get pissed at me. You need to figure out what the fuck you want me to do. Because clearly, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. If there's a problem, I'm going to solve it.
Women like that, because it's not all women, let's be honest here, but women like that do not know what they want.
Hashtag, not all.
I don't use hashtag with me. I'm a grown-up, not a fucking internet baby.
Well,
pound sign.
I'll put it to y'all like this.
It's not a pound sign. That is a hashtag.
I knew it as a pound sign.
I'll put it to you like this.
A hashtag.
Well, it's not a pound sign.
Too. Fuck it. Who cares?
When I worked in the oil field, we would our descriptives
there's
were
oil
pretty
in them
much
hills.
Exactly.
We
would describe other people about the job. It's like, hey, go tell Fuckface over there he needs to come and do this.
Mm-hmm.
They knew who Fuckface was.
Yeah. It's
now,
like,
when I got to work
with someone else.
Yeah. When I got to working in around women in a professional setting like a hospital, my descriptors had to change to what they were wearing.
God, no.
Because you cannot describe a person based on what their body mass is. Because I tried that once. I said, I guess she's overweight. The overweight lady that was just here with glasses. Yeah, I got in trouble for that one.
You're not allowed to say the old heifer that was over here.
You can't say the old
No, I actually said the overweight lady.
That fat old battle axe.
The fat bitch, that one.
That's
yeah.
what I was thinking.
The woman in the tent.
The lady of unusual size.
The Goodyear blimp with legs.
Michelin grandma.
The dirigible that was just here.
Yeah. No, that was definitely the fucking the Hindenburg.
Shout out to the Hindenburg. All right.
But you know that Tyr is so old. He can remember when crude oil was still vegetation.
Yeah, I can. No, that's Mitch. Mitch's first driving test was on a dinosaur.
I remember when Dimetap was only a nickel.
No, Willard Forges that
remember
old.
when nickels were actually nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually lining up for midlife crisis territory now.
Tyr's so old he can remember when Diamondback was still cool.
Ooh, that. Well, I got a question. What was the Van Buren administration like?
What was that?
I couldn't hear you.
I said, what was the
What was the Van Buren administration like?
I don't know. That was American.
I was asking Will.
Well, he didn't ask you. He asked Will.
Oh, well,
I was answering because I couldn't hear it from Tyr and everybody else talked over each other.
What?
What?
What? What did you say?
About no.
I fucking hate this TFO.
Not as much as I do.
My earbuds are dying, so I'm going to have to drop.
All right.
Y'all have a good night.
Okay, you take care, so William.
Later, James.
Take care.
Or James.
See you, James.
Bye.
God, I hate this.
Go on, Mr. Olson.
This is one of the worst TFOs ever.
Government-sanctioned weaponized.
Yes, yes, it is.
Hold on.
It's so bad. I'd almost rather be dealing with Mirror Tilly.
I would refer to the FNGs at my workplace. Workplace at Toby's. Ah, Jesus Christ! Duck Dog, that's mean. Funny, but mean. God damn it. Your name is Toby. This mission takes fucking forever.
And then if you get too caught up in fighting versus
collecting the particles.
Collecting particles and bolting.
Alright, so it wouldn't be as hard if it wasn't like, if they didn't just pop out of the fucking woodwork.
It wouldn't be so difficult if every time you try and collect the particles, one of them fires at you, and you've got to start collecting the particle again.
Yeah. Maybe they should...
A maneuverable and speedy ship.
I've got one.
In addition, because you know how when you're horking the particles around, you can't use full impulse.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I've got mine set up. So I've got evasive maneuvers, which gives me greater boost of speed. Plus, any of my if I activate any of my special weapon firing modes, I get a burst of speed as well. Because of the impulse engine I'm rocking. And that helps to get you out of tight situations.
Look, it wouldn't be as bad if when you deliver the particles and they dropped the payload, it stayed down forever.
Oh, no kidding.
It would be a better TFO if it was completely different and we didn't have to do it at all.
That'd be yes.
There is that. Because this one is something of a clusterfuck.
Alright, one Ravitic anger fucking down.
Yeah, that anchor's spelled with a silent W, you know.
Wanker.
You didn't have to say the obvious part.
No.
That's what is known as a joke here.
Joke. I don't speak French. Oh.
Joke is not a French word.
It sounds made up.
It's a French one.
Tyr, it's a joke, Tyr, it's a joke, like when you look at yourself in the mirror.
Oh!
No. Joke, yeah, which is humorous, not Tyr looking in the mirror, which is something that would give pretty Lovecraft nightmares.
Look, I'm Pagliaccio in this motherfucker.
Hold on, that explains all of Lovecraft's work, doesn't it?
What?
You saw Tyr looking into a mirror one day.
That was...
Look, just because I decided to go all tentacle face on Lovecraft don't mean anything. It's all in good fun. I didn't think he...
Yeah, but enough about your sex life, Tyr.
I gotta watch for mirrors.
I mean, Lovecraft wanted the Japanese experience.
No, I think it's more like the other way around. The Japanese wanted the Lovecraft experience. I bet that's where a lot of the manga comes from, Lovecraft.
No, I thought you were talking about tentacle porn.
That too.
No, and the thing with octopus is considered like lecherous. So yeah, that's where that shit comes from. Yeah. You going to deliver the goddamn payload or what?
What?
The way Tyr says that, it sounds like he's on a date.
What?
Deliver the payload.
You want to deliver the payload or what? No, come on now.
Tyr's trying to get lucky, apparently.
Yes.
I get the impression that Tyr would be somewhat like that Leroy Brown from Crocodile Dundee 2.
I don't remember seeing. I've seen Crocodile Dundee 2. I remember absolutely nothing about it.
You know, he's got Dundee to do this delivery job, and he's acting like real street about it.
Office supplies.
Yeah. I mean, that was clever. That
stationary.
That was a clever fucking bit of comedy. That.
Yes, I agree.
Again, I don't remember seeing it. I remember seeing it. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember anything.
I haven't seen it in a few years at least.
Yeah,
I like the first one where he's asking the chauffeur what tribe's he from. Why is that? Because there's nobody in my tribe got a car this good.
Yeah.
What's what saying?
I like it when he freaking dumps the freaking coke into a steaming bowl of water.
Oh, yeah.
What about the mugger? Where he just
that's not right.
The purse snatcher snatches the purse out of that woman's shopping bag, and he's run down and says, Dundee, do you mind if I borrow this? Tin of peas. Whack.
I got a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. I wonder what happened to Paul Hogan.
Whack fuck.
Apparently he divorced the chick that from the movie, like it was like 10 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Hogan.
Yeah.
Linda Kozlowski.
And he can't forget when he stops the dude who goes to freaking commit suicide by jumping off the building. He just has the whole thing of he's like, no, I walk here every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the? Get out me bloody way, mate.
I don't want. I want to pack the big anchor.
What about the bit with the with the kangaroo poachers? And she convinces him to do something about it. He goes, "Here, shine the light over here." The cheeky boss in the bushes there. Look how Blue's got a gun.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah, the kangaroo. Where he's propped up the dead kangaroo. And he's got his bloody rifle shoved up behind it.
No, yes.
Anything good happening in the world today?
Well, the one in the second one where that guy comes across one of Dundee's friends who's just sitting there on the log. And he's, aren't you worried? I mean, I've got a gun. Goes, nah, I've got a donk. A what? Donk! Bang!
That's a donk. I still like the end of it when he shoots, his friend shoots the guy. And they're like, oh my god, you shot Dundee. And he's just like, no, he shoots left. He's like, so I made him change clothes.
Yeah, she's looking down. She goes, the Aboriginal guy comes over and goes, if Mick wants to get his clothes, he wants his clothes back, he can climb down there and get them himself.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Crocodile Dundee was just Tarzan with a bush hat.
Yeah, fish out of water.
But it was done well. But like I said, it was done well.
Very.
It was a fun movie.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think he plagiarized it in any way, but Tarzan was just Edgar Rice Burroughs' version of Mowgli from the Jungle Book.
Kid raised by wolves.
Yeah.
and he was raised by apes.
Yep. I mean, they weren't they weren't normal apes as Burroughs wrote them, the Mangani. They were smarter, larger, more aggressive.
Okay.
Smelled of cheap perfume.
No. That's Leslie Jones.
Oh, that's Wakanda.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that one? I'm forgetting who played Tarzan, but oh fucking hell, what you call her? Who played Billy Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad film?
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie plays Jane. Legend of Tarzan. It's actually a good film.
Legend of Tarzan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
No, it's actually a good film.
I'm not a big fan of Margot Robbie.
I don't know why she speaks highly of you.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't speak of the dead. She talks ill of the dead.
Of course, she speaks of the dead. She talks to Rachel Zegler. Her career's dead.
That's different.
Not by much.
Okay, I'll give you that. Not by much, but still, that's different.
Cannon build. Here we go.
Man, it is amazing that. Oh, I remember what it was. They want to do a Lethal Weapons remake or continuation with Rachel Zegler and fucking Cynthia Erivo as Briggs and Murtaugh's daughters.
No.
So they already did a freaking Lethal Weapon remake.
Have you noticed that in
TV show?
In movies and TVs?
Yeah.
See, in movies and TVs where one of the main characters has a child, right? It's never a son; it's always a daughter.
Well, in certain ones, because in the original Briggs, I think it was Briggs that Daniel Briggs, he had a son.
Briggs? Yeah, Briggs had 3 kids. He had a son and 2 daughters.
Yeah, and the son was the eldest.
No, the son was the middle child.
He was?
Yeah, but they can't have that because it's always got to be a daughter.
Well, no, they had a daughter was the eldest and a daughter was the youngest, so the son was the middle child. They can have that as long as they have more women than men, typically.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I miss the days when characters had like 3 sons or they were all capable.
Or they had seven, or there was 7 brothers, and they had to find 7 brides for them.
Yeah.
Or they're the 7th son of a 7th son.
A 7th son of a 7th son of a 7th son.
No, it's an Iron Maiden reference.
It's actually a faith thing too.
Yeah.
It's a what thing?
A faith.
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 I think it's something to do with black magic as well.
Yes, the 7th son of the 7th son of the 7th son. God damn it! I want to target the fucking anchors. Let me target the fucking anchors. Let me end this horrible fucking TFO.
We're just shit for TFOs tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame Willet Forge.
Yeah,
I'm way out of that.
I'm blaming Wilson. Is Will there?
What did I do? Bring Corner Mojo over here or something?
Yes.
My fault.
It's all your fault, Will.
Duck Dog goes, what do you think are your chances of getting out of here with that jacket are? Splits Mohawk with a knife. Better than average. Neville was the Abo fella. Roger Murtaugh with Danny Glover and Martin Riggs is Mel Gibson. Yeah. Oh, so Murtaugh had the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Because because Riggs didn't have a kid until the 4th one.
And even then, the kid was just being born.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you call it was had the death wish in the fucking first one.
Yeah, because the first one it goes through the whole thing of the death wish and the guy that Murtaugh was in the military with. The second one, they have the whole thing to find out who killed Riggs's wife, where they introduce, oh shit, what's his name as an actor?
Jet Li?
No,
Gary
that's
Busey. Third. Not Gary Busey. Gary Busey's in the first one.
Oh, I remember one of them.
But be perfectly honest, I think I gave up after with the Lethal Weapon movies after the third one.
Yeah. It was only like 3.
Oh, the big anti-gun political statement movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's the fourth one after that. The fourth one has Jet Li. God, he's the kid. He played the villain, one of the Wet Bandits from the Home Alone movies.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci. Yeah.
Which one had Chris Rock in it?
The third one.
That's the
third or
fourth.
Oh well, I lasted till the fourth one then. Because I did like that scene where Joe Pesci's taking the piss out of Chris Rock because he's in the back of the police car and he thinks he's like being arrested and he's actually a police officer.
And the third one, I think, is the one because he's dating Murtaugh's daughter.
Yeah.
And he's trying.
That's the fourth one.
And he wants to get permission to Mario.
Yeah, because the third one's where they introduce the
Rene Russo.
Yeah, Rene Russo to get with Riggs, and it's the whole former cop buying, or it's like stealing guns and ammo from the thing.
Yeah, and I notice how she's got to be every bit as tough as Riggs' character.
Yeah.
Which, no, because Riggs has been established as he's abnormally tough, right? Because he's crazy.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't be another character as tough as him unless they're just as crazy.
Exactly.
Ugh. So another thing
I want to say they didn't make her just as tough as him, but they made her close to it because she still gets her shit rocked in more than one occasion.
So does he.
Yeah. Yeah, but hers is also that whole thing of like justifiably. Usually for Riggs, it's they either get him in an ambush that he wasn't expecting, or it's more than he can handle.
What was the priority movie called? It was a priority movie with Emilio Estevez, and I remember Whoopi Goldberg played. She was being held up by the mine, and the cop couldn't shoot her. Shoot her, Joe! Shoot her! I can't remember the name of that priority.
I want to see a movie about the mime murders, where there's a mime who's homicidal, walking around miming, shooting people, but then the impact is real.
He trapped people in boxes.
I created a supervillain in there with Marvel superheroes who was like that.
The mime.
Yeah, it was actually a form of reality manipulation. Yeah, if he mimed it became real.
Yeah.
So putting somebody in a box, he trapped them in the box.
If you were to swing at the imaginary baseball, the baseball would go flying.
Yeah, I mean,
if
he was being chased by one of the characters, right? So he mimed taking a couple of steps backwards and then doing this running jump. So the guy who's chasing him, he gets to where the bad guy jumped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he disappears because he's fallen down this chasm.
Yeah.
Ah! Nice.
I think one of the funniest ones I had was one of the characters had this power, banishment. You successfully use it on an opponent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you send them back to their place of origin, like where they were born, for all intents and purposes.
Ew!
Not like the womb.
Oh, okay.
They're
like the hospital, dumbass.
Yeah, like the geographical location where they were born.
Oh.
They were having a fight in this hospital, right? and he used it on this supervillain, right? Who appeared about 3 minutes later because he'd reappeared in the maternity ward 2 floors down.
Okay, that's funny. Oh yeah, ew, but still, what the fuck was that?
It's what he do the. How many times can you spam this power? Cause start running away from the hospital, and every time the guy gets to you, hit it again.
He couldn't because the bad guy hit him and sent him like 3 counties away.
Well, you see that solves its own problem as long as you live through the impact and everything. Because now, if he comes back at you, you send him 3 counties away. Self-solving problems. I'm all about them.
Fortunately, players don't think like that.
I'm a little sleepy, guys.
I would probably be bad for your psychology on something like that, because I'm gonna come up with a crazy play sometimes, or all the times, or
most of the times.
Sometimes.
So, hey, if I'm running a game and you come up with something crazy and it fits the character you're playing, I would let you run with it.
Oh, you have just introduced a whole new world of chaos.
Chaos, even.
So that's what, like I said, if I ever played D&D, if I ever played D&D, I would play a gunslinger with a magic bag of holding that he draws a random gun from. Never knows what it's going to be to cast Alakablam.
You say you wouldn't be able to get away with that if I was running D&D.
Hold on.
Mainly because you just said gunslinger, and yeah, my D&D games is set in like quasi medieval settings. No guns.
So me and my friend played a few sessions of Mutants and Masterminds, and I played my character was a doctor who could control Earth. So we had to attack this convoy that was coming through a canyon side. So I literally started walking down the side of the mountain. The earth slid for me and came to a part, and I took that earth and essentially pushed the lead car off the cliff, and had a wall of like stone slammed into the second car. I pushed the final car off the cliff, and we were going to attack the third to get the thing that was inside. And the motherfucker decided to throw a goddamn mecha at us. 2 armored mechas at us. The motherfucker.
Must have been fucking strong.
It was. It was no way.
I mean, how did they pick up even 1 mecha, let alone 2?
No, he didn't. No, he.
You said he threw them at you.
He did.
So he must have been strong.
He did. He picked up a mecha and he threw it at us.
He was super strong.
He had strength 80.
Did he ever play Boot Hill?
He had strength. Infinite side strength. Like if he poked you, you would die.
He was only able to do it though because he said, "Mecha unit, I choose you" when he threw it.
Yeah.
So did you ever play Boot Hill?
It was called Little Weapon. Thank you, Duck Dog.
That's the Charlie Sheen one, isn't it?
No, it was the Emilio Estevez one.
Loaded Weapon. That was the Charlie Sheen one.
I could have sworn it was Emilio Estevez.
Both.
Yeah.
They've done movies together before, so it could have been both of them.
I'm pretty
Probably
sure
was, but that's the one where the guy's died. The guy's lying there's been shot. I'm going to be okay, and Charlie Sheen goes, sure, you'll be fine. You'll be open. Yeah. Quick trip to hospital,
Jackson
you'll be okay.
Estevez.
Then he zips up the body bag.
Cast is Emilio Estevez as Sergeant Jack Colt. Samuel L. Jackson as Wes Luger. Kathy Ireland as Mrs. Destiny D'Amore.
It's like Tim otherwise, Curry, if you're thinking a parody movie with Charlie Sheen, it'd be Hot Shots.
Yeah, 2 of the
Hot Shots Part 2.
Two of the best actors to portray Detective Team was David Raish and Anne-Marie Martin.
I think the best. The best
in Sledgehammer.
I think. All right, I'm about to get smacked, and I'm gonna accept it. I think the best parody buddy cops is Tango and Cash.
No, Sledgehammer.
Nope, Tango and Cash.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing.
I mean, where in Tango and Cash did you get the hemorrhoid?
All right, fine. But I do like the fact that you had Sylvester Stallone in a suit and tie and glasses, and he shoots a tanker and goes, "Anybody want to get high?" Good movie that was.
Now the best buddy cop movie was Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
That's a good one too.
I watched that film and I was bored to my skull with it.
Oh yes.
You have a skull and you get bored. Oh.
That was a terrible movie.
It was? What was a terrible movie?
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. It was bland and it was boring.
I like Throw Mama from the Train.
It was only made for as a vehicle for Sylvester Stallone and Estelle Getty. That's all.
Yep.
Congratulations, welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like Throw Mama from the Train was just a vehicle for Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito. It wasn't funny.
I didn't know.
That's why I had sarcasm when I said it there, Bats.
Yeah, but you're American, and you usually can't tell because Americans generally can't do sarcasm.
That's not my fault. You got bad ears.
British wit is lost on us.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Rutabaga. Oh, God damn it! Ow! 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 Ow!
I hope it really hurts.
It hurts.
Good.
It hurts.
However much it hurts, it can't possibly hurt enough.
Man,
I remember the last time I had a herpy dry up and fall off.
You had the herp.
Yeah, I could have been cruel there and said something, but I'm not going to.
What were you going to say?
A female herp?
No, it's a himpy.
A hippie. I got a clap.
A herp and a hemp.
I don't have the clap. I have a clap. Ow. I've been getting leg cramps. Goddamn heat is getting to me. The temperature differential. I go from being in the subarctic with the airport having the AC on to outside and it's nice and temperate. And the temperature difference kills me.
I've got a silly question for you guys.
No.
If you were like a plastic surgeon who specialized in breast implants, right?
Oh God.
How tempted would you be to put a squeaker in some starlet's tits?
Just a starlet? That'd be like a feature in all of them.
Yeah, it would be.
Especially porn stars.
That and those little toys that start blinking with different colored lights as soon as you like smack them just hard enough.
Especially when they get excited, they go like triple size, but you hear
boom, 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 boom. I know, Mitch. Don't yawn yet. All right, we can do it. Oh fuck, I'm tired. I'm gonna end it early. I'm sleeping. All right,
dude. I had to get up early to have some work done on my car that I only drive 3 times a year.
So I started walking at least 3 miles in the morning.
Hold on, this car that you only drive 3 times a year, is it the really old one that goes like, it makes a chitty bang bang sound?
No, he had to get his Duesenberg.
I'm still saving up for that one.
Oh, you know that they made a porn version of that film.
What, Clee Tit Lick?
No, Chitty Chitty Gangbang. Fucking hell, say that joke's almost as old as you are.
I died a little on the inside. Just a little. Just a little. Batman, the check for being my friend isn't coming on time. I'm sorry. Something about terrorists and biscuit cookies and whatnot, conversion rates. I don't know. It'll be a week late.
He sent it, but he's stopping payment. That's the real story.
I'm not stopping payment. I just don't have the funds.
He's got to start payment first.
I don't have.
Oh, he put the check in the mail. He just told the bank not to honor it.
I don't have the funds. See what it is.
That's what I said. He's got to start payment first before he can stop it.
I had to bribe a few people, you know.
Yeah, and they've been talking to me as well. They want paying as well.
Look, bribes ain't cheap anymore. The whole economy is fucked. Egg prices are through the roof. Wait a minute. That's the excuse I used last year. Fuck. The cookie prices are through the roof. I can't get milk Milano. I gotta get you biscuits.
You know you're going to wake up super glued to an inflatable sex doll, right?
So it's going to be an average Friday?
Yeah, but this one's going to be a male one.
So it's going to be an average Tuesday. Nice.
Sorry, a male one that's got wool on it.
So it's going to be an average Wednesday. Even better.
A man was discovered to be unknowingly missing 90% of his brain, yet he was living a normal life.
Joe Biden.
Can you really call Joe Biden's life normal?
Joe Biden doesn't have a life. That's what they got the voodoo priest for.
It's the weekend at Bernie's, weekend at Biden's.
Yeah.
Did you see how drunk Kamala was? Oh, well, since we're on politics, y'all see how pickled Kamala was in her latest speech?
Don't care, Kamala.
She's still not president.
She's going full wine mom.
I'm surprised she hasn't had a full breakdown and she's trying to break into the Oval Office because she thinks she's won.
She never stopped being full wine mom. So I mean,
at least she's not doing the whole Stacey Abrams thing where she is technically the governor of Georgia. She didn't lose.
Stacey.
Oh, like a comment I saw a year or two back about somebody tried to talk up Joe Biden. Said in a debate he could run rings around Donald Trump, and the guy who's arguing with came back with, "Yeah, well that proves how demented Joe Biden is. While he's running rings around Donald Trump, Trump's actually winning the debate."
Did y'all remember? It was early 2016, where 2020, my bad. Where he goes, they're having this digital fucking summit or digital event or whatever the fuck they had, and he's introducing her like she thinks she's about to be put as picked as VP, and he doesn't, just an introduction, and you can see the look on her face. She looked pissed. She looked unfucking happy. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. That look will forever be etched in my mind as someone that really wanted to fucking cuss him out. Stacey Abrams.
I hate you.
Abrams. Biden. Okay.
Have you ever taught this guy down here, this Malcolm Cecile? You need to just to hear his voice. He sounds like a Hanna-Barbera character from the 50s.
Just investigating which representative is playing smoke detector low battery beeps whenever Representative Jasmine Crockett begins speaking.
Oh, Tyr, come down here and talk to this guy here. He sounds like a Hanna-Barbera character from the 50s.
Hold on.
When you're ready to return to your ship, click the beam to ship button in the upper left corner of your mini-map.
He does.
Yeah. I mean, you could imagine that guy talking to Fred Flintstone, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Acquisition ship equipment, change your ship's appearance, or switch to a different ship there.
Which guy?
This guy here.
Return to your ship.
Right
here.
With the exclamation mark above his head.
That is halfway between Yogi and Boo Boo.
Hey, Boo Boo, we're gonna follow the USS Picnic Basket.
Too bad my next ship has already got its name picked out. It's going to be the 7 of 9 Lives.
The 7 of 9 Lives?
I really wish I could shoot you right now. Not because I dislike you or anything, it's just I like shooting people.
Alright, it's time. I need to, I'm dying. So, let me do that.
Do you realise I am standing in midair?
Yeah.
No, seriously, I am standing in midair.
Alright, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for coming out. As always, Sanguine is usually doing his thing Friday nights, but because it's the first Friday of the month, and it is usually either going to be me or Mr. Adden, and next month it is Mr. Adden. What else? Check out the other minions. Tomorrow night is the Hari channel, and he's going to be on with Functional and I believe Skeptop. And then Sunday is the Level Kefki. Monday is the Minions of the Zoo in Space, our regular night. And then Tuesday is Johnny Hellcat. Wednesday is the One Ton Hammer and Tyr Mantis and Jinky Rexy. So Thursday will be the Discord night going forward. Thank you all for coming out. Say goodbye to the semi-nice people and the nice people.
No, because you refused to pay me.
Fine. I'll wire you the money.
Keep your pants on.
I'll be even nicer. Bye, everybody out there.
All right. Thank you guys for coming out, and let's get out of here.
And thank you for keeping the joke running.
Closing time. Time for you to go out to the places you will be from. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. I know who I wanna take me home. Take me home. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.